so hot.
Hello and welcome to the After Party, the after show where we give you all the details on the brand new competition hosted by Miss Toto and Veronica Pop. So do you guys want to give us a little bit of a rundown of what your idea was for creating this competition? It's a little bit of a different format.
Yeah. So when we first started talking about this, since in Chicago we have a bunch of seasoned queens that, everybody knows. So it was like, what better than to put them together? Like, get some seasoned queens, some baby queens, and train the baby queens how to be professional and be big bitches.
Yeah. So Toto, you want to explain how the format works?
Yeah. We paired them up. We gave the mentors 5 options of their top 5.
Yeah.
Either way, they got to choose who their partners were ideally. And now they work together through the competition. So there's always a press look, and they get 5 chances to nail the shot, which also then gives them professional photos for them to use in their careers, which I think is really nice.
Yeah.
And then after that, after press, they have a performance challenge. And they're all really like Y2K centered. They don't have to be, but they are. And then afterwards, everyone gets 2 votes, where you vote on the person you're here to see, and then who you actually want to win. We have 2 tops, there's a winner, and then the 2 bottoms. And then me and Veronica, and then the eliminated mentors can come and vote with us and judge with us.
We wanted to do a competition, but something different, and something that actually like motivates you to actually do it. So that's why we came up with like these crazy ass, I don't know how we got away with it, but these crazy ass prizes. We're giving away like $1,000, a trip to Vegas, a lot of more prizes.
Lots of prizes.
Oh, I forgot to mention, due to unforeseen circumstances, I missed last week, which was the first round.
I guess just to give a little backtrack of whoever hasn't been.
Yeah.
Okay, so we first had a first week where it was the cast met their mentors, and that was fun. And then the first challenge was 2 weeks ago, and someone went home. That was PB and ABG, and then because of something happened behind the scenes which she's fine, they're fine. Vertigo had to drop the competition, which means that Dita is out. But we decided, and we heard a lot of commotion, that it was unfair. So we decided to bring back PB into the competition.
I feel like it's so early on. It's not like we're bringing them back like week 8. It's like surprise.
Right.
Like, no. It's like still like really early.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? It's not like 3 people have been eliminated. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
It's fine. And I am still like, I don't know, just even tonight, like we would not have been able to see this runway from PB unless this happened. And like it's an amazing runway. So
and
I'm really happy that they're here.
They were just at it.
Like Sunday.
Yeah. So the fact that they were able to put that together is also really crazy. So.
Yeah, amazing.
Obviously, I couldn't put it together, and I had a month.
you put these together.
Oh yeah, I cut these, so I was a little bit. I was gonna wear denim, but I just didn't.
But I just didn't.
Period. All right. Well, I'm excited to see what happens tonight. We'll talk to you guys afterward.
Yeah, I'm
to hear what you
excited.
think. But I'm excited for the show. It's every other Wednesday at 9 p.m. at Splash.
Yeah.
Okay, first up we have Sativa Feliciano and her mentor, Bambi Banks Kool-Aid. Welcome, everybody. All right, so tell me about your night tonight.
Tonight, child, it was a lot. When we got that package and I saw the denim runway, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be the one to rack the girls. But my mentor helped me out a lot. We did a lot of scrambling, because they don't tell us in specific order. We just have these 2 weeks to prepare. So we got the shit done, and then the performance was just up to me, and I pulled it out my ass crack.
You really did. All right, so Bambi, last week I wasn't here, obviously, but can you tell me about her performance last week and the advice that you gave her to kind of help this week?
Yeah. So last week we did White Chicks, which was phenomenal. I thought that it really...
It was. I saw it on Instagram. It was iconic, yes.
Yeah, I thought that it worked out really well. This week we worked a little bit on comedy and things like that. We also worked on like our looks and making sure that we always have a character. So we're working on a lot of stuff. I feel like it's working out, obviously, because we keep winning, period.
Yes, exactly. I would say it definitely worked. Congratulations. Our winner tonight. And I already whispered this in your ear, but my favorite performance of the night.
Thank you so much.
Yes. I really like the spoken word aspect too, or your own voiceover, which is really cute.
The
So
monologue,
yeah,
a little dialogue.
yeah. So okay, I know you just heard the theme for next week, but do you have ideas already in mind of what you're gonna do? It's like recreating a cover of your favorite album and also performing that song.
It's definitely giving black women in artistry, R&B divas. We're throwing it back a bit, so stay tuned, you know.
Ooh, all right. I can't wait to see. Do you have any advice you're throwing out there already, baby?
You know, I like to, just add on to whatever Sativa's ideas are. So whatever she comes up with, I'm going to be right there to support her.
I live. All right. Well, thank you so much, both of you. Congratulations on your win, and we'll see you next week. All right, I'm sitting here with Lavander Von Teese.
Hello.
Your mentor, Dusty Balls, was here, but had to leave, unfortunately. But tell me how you felt about your performance overall.
I assembled my very first garment in my entire life, so
Okay.
I was really, really proud of it as well. And I'm shocked that I even finished anything. So the fact that I got to stay for 2 heckin' weeks, I love it. And I'll be honest, I hadn't heard that lip sync song until today.
How long have you been doing drag?
Since November of last year.
Wow, okay, good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the thing is that this is like one competition, and you have such a long future ahead of you if you want it.
Yeah.
And so you're only going to improve, and this is like, how many things I lost? I mean, like, come on. Not like I'm anything special. But anyway, my point being that, like, I hope this doesn't discourage you from ever trying more competitions or anything else, because, you have a lot to offer.
No, I mean, I am pretty much prepared to just be in shows and live like how I want to live. The reason why I do drag is because it's allowing me to get back in touch with my feminine side after rejecting it for so long as a transgender male.
Uh-huh.
So it's allows me to express myself in ways I never thought I could before.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy every single time I'm out, whether I be on stage or just presented as myself, you know?
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. I appreciate you, and I really, I hope you feel supported by all of us on your journey and everything, and just as a performer in general. So
No, the Chicago drag community is literally one of the nicest communities I've ever entered in my entire life. Like, everybody that I thought I would be intimidated and scared by, everybody's so nice.
That's great.
So I'm really enjoying my time here, and I do not expect myself to stop anytime
Good.
soon.
I'm glad. All right, well, we'll be seeing more of you. Come back and see the show next week if you want to.
For sure.
But we'll definitely be seeing more of you. So thank you so much for sitting down.
Thank you.
All right, so I am sitting here with Vanity Unfair and one of the sweetest, most wonderful people in the entire world, clairvoyants. Vanity and I actually have met before. We did a Golden Girls brunch together, but we both looked just terrible.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
I looked like a power lesbian. Vanity looked like a 80-year-old.
Literally a grandma.
Yeah.
Our lesbian and 80-year-old are both on theme.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right, so this week you were in the top 2. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, so how did you come about your idea for the night? Because it was...
Yeah, I mean, okay, so my runway look was inspired by the Duggar family meets like the Westboro Baptist Church. So I was inspired because, like, yeah, I love Jesus, and I definitely don't have a lot of religious trauma. And, I feel like it's still stuck in theme of like the early 2000s, but it wasn't like Paris or like kind of what was expected. So that's how I came up with the runway look, and then for my performance. I'm a huge fan of like Dead or Alive, Pete Burns, like the 80s, like new wave. But I wanted to put my own twist on it, my own spin on it, if you will. And so yeah, a little vomit never hurt anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I honestly, at first, I was like, I don't really know where this is going. But then, when you were in the bathroom for that long, I was like, I wish I fucking thought of this myself.
Fucking smart.
It was good.
It was
so,
great.
Claire, was that any of this like your inspiration?
No, this was all Vanity, baby. Vanity took total control. It was fucking great. It was fucking phenomenal. She turns it out. Every single fucking detail is always spot on, always precise.
A little type A.
You know, that's honestly why we work really well together. Is because we are so detail oriented. We are so detail oriented. We have a lot of like similar personality traits, and they match really well together.
And I think like we work really well together because we really know how to like shapeshift and transform. You know, I literally went tonight from like, I feel like I definitely had like the biggest transformation. I went from like Christian, like modest girl into this like leather fantasy.
Yeah.
So, you know, I feel like drag is dimensional, you know? You're not just like stuck as like the dancer girl, the pretty girl. I like to kind of like do it all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So next week's theme, I think, is I'm really excited about it. Like recreating the album cover, like your favorite album, a song from that. Do you have ideas already? I mean, you just heard it, but.
Yeah. Oh, ideas. You know, I'm just gonna do the Nirvana album cover. I'm gonna be naked with my dick out, looking for dollar bills. Which is not, it's usually what I usually do every single weekend. So tip me, please.
I'm just excited to see Secret shoot you naked. Are we putting you like on a box so you can like float like a baby? Like, how are we doing that?
Secret has shot me naked many a times. You just haven't seen the album cover yet, but next week you will.
We'll look forward to that. I mean, I don't know what else there is. I don't know what else there is to say, but I'm excited. So thank you both for being with us, and we'll see you next week. Congratulations on top 2.
Thank you, Amber. You're so pretty. Bye.
Okay, I am sitting here with Sangria Wine, who I personally thought was a real biological female woman.
Thank you.
Yes, I mean, like, even painted as a cow, I think you're beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, I've been working on my mug for like, God, 6-7 years. Like, I think I started drag my sophomore, junior year of high school.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, but like, I'm finally 21, turned 21 in January. So I've been really practicing.
Me too. Oh my God. What are the chances?
No, but I just really wanted to make sure the minute I debuted that even if I go home for some reason, the mug perfect, right, snatched. And I've never had the goal of like looking like a woman because bestie, I'm a man in a wig. Like, I'm a man in a wig. But I really appreciate it. That makes me feel really good. Yeah. Thank you.
And this outfit I love too. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Yeah, so your mentor is Alexandria Diamond.
Yes.
She couldn't be here tonight, but she's amazing. So did she have any advice for you going into this week?
She really just told me to kind of just be myself, really show people who I am, and not be afraid to just kind of take risk in a sense, just because I've always been scared to, I guess, be silly or let go, which is something that I need to work on. But she told me just be stupid and have fun, which I love. And honestly, I kind of see myself as like a little Alexandria. Like, we've talked and all of that, and the way that she's told me stuff, it reminds me of myself. So it's like I'm just kind of like a little her, basically, which is something that I'm really excited to just kind of really hone in and show people who I am as a person. Because again, I'm just a little baby queen, and I'm ready to show Chicago like what the fuck Sangria has to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's awesome that you guys got paired together then.
Yes.
So next week, you don't have to like give us details, but do you have ideas already?
Yes, actually, like, what's funny enough is that the minute they gave us our prompts, I wrote down everything. I had all the looks sketched out. Like, I was like, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm very, very prepared. I'm like, I need to have this now. I'm not gonna reveal too much, but I will say she is a Latin icon. That's all I'm gonna say, just because my name being Sangria Wine, like, bestie, I have to like have my heritage into it.
Yes.
So I'm just very excited to show a different side, because I do like a lot of like top hits or very like just nothing that kind of expresses my culture. So being able to have this album cover, something that means so much to me as a little kid, a little queer Latino kid growing up, I'm very excited to show like everyone kind of like a glimpse to my childhood. So I'm very excited. I feel like you've expected but also not expected, so I'm very, very excited for y'all to see what I have up my little tiny sleeve.
Great. Okay, I am already excited based on that. So thank you so much, Sangria Wine, for sitting down with me, and can't wait to see you next week.
Yeah, no, thank you. I can't wait to see y'all next week.
Where are we looking?
At the camera.
Okay. Wow. At the camera.
Oh my God, I literally just... Here I am with neutral Gina and her mentor, Caramel DeVille, who we love. All right, so tell me about your night tonight, how you felt about your performance, and how everything went.
Oh my gosh, I feel amazing. I feel like I had a stellar night here at Splash. I was giving classic neutral Gina twists and turns and laughs. My runway was well received, so I'm happy about that. I have wacky ideas, so I was very pleased to see everybody liked it. And then I chugged 3 full beers in 3 minutes. So
Yeah, without throwing up, which was very impressive.
in a corset, by the way. So don't ever say I'm not talented.
There was also a comment about people being surprised that you weren't in the top 2 tonight. So
Agreed. Also very surprised.
yeah.
I will say, I feel like I did very well, but you know what? Save is fine for now. I was in 2nd place last week. We come in slow, and I will just say that these bitches have no idea what is to come, and safe no more after this.
Period. All right, so Kara, obviously I wasn't here last week, which is the first official performance. So what was your advice based on last week's going into this round?
What I saw in them, like, they knew their power, which we talked about that today, and I love that she owns it. She knows what she is strong at, and she utilizes that, like, to the fullest. Only thing I said was, like, get out there and meet people. That way everyone knows your name. When they see you do something stunning, they're going to be like, oh yeah, I talked to her earlier, and get that vote to secure this win.
Next week's theme is so cute to me. Do you have ideas already?
I do have ideas already. This was the runway and performance I was most excited for. I am a huge audiophile. I just love music, and I deep dive these albums. I like to learn about production and artistic development, and I like to learn about the artist, and I like to listen to it alone in my bed in the dark on mushrooms. It's great. And so I like to deep dive that, and so I'm very excited about this challenge. I had 13 albums that came to mind already, so we're gonna trim the list down, and we're definitely going to gag next
All
week.
right. And then Kara, lastly, do you have any advice, or do you want to keep it secret? I mean, for next week.
No advice for neutral because she's doing it. My advice for the other competitors and mentors: watch out. Watch out.
The confidence. And we have a competition winner over here, so
Baby,
she has the right to say.
I was gonna say, I told everyone when we started, if I'm not in the finale, we're winning. She's winning.
All right. Well, thank you guys both so much for sitting down with me. Neutral Gina, Caramel DeVille. Thank you. Okay, so we are here with the twist of the show so far. PB is back. I didn't get to see you last week, but I'm so happy you're back. I had a great time watching you. I thought you were amazing.
Thank you.
So tell me about, obviously, you because you came back this week, you weren't judged or anything, but tell me about how you felt the performance went.
I felt really good about it. Abby and I found out Sunday night that we had the chance to come back into this competition, and I was at work, saw the text from Toto, and I was like, I literally came back to my phone, saw the text from Toto, saw a text from Abby that said, do you want to talk about the text that we just got from Toto? And I was like, huh? I have 2 tables and it's slow as hell. And so I read everything, and I was like, she's like, do you want to do a phone call? And I was like, can I step off the floor? And they were like, yeah, whatever, who cares? Do you want a taco? Because they had made family meal or whatever. But we went on the phone outside, and she was like, do you want to do this? And I was like, yeah, do you want to do this? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, fuck yeah. And we just got straight into planning. Abby, we wrapped it up so quick. The design for the runway this week was the first design that I drew when I saw the list of challenges, and it took every fucking second of time that I had between now and then to make it, basically.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy with it, and I'm excited.
Do you make all of your own?
For the most part,
Yeah.
all of the really cool and interesting stuff has my hand on it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I could not have done the performance without Abby, because she was like, this was the one song where when we talked about things, I didn't know what we were doing, and I was like, what about this song? It's such a visually interesting video. I don't really know what to do. And she was like, paint. This is what I've done. This is how I've done it. This was my trial and error. And I was like, work. And she's been so busy with boots, and she's just been helping me, and we've been talking about it. It's been really, really cool.
Yes, and you had the drop cloth to make sure you didn't make a mess, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you're saying, this is all sort of a concoction of your thought process. So how did this all come about?
Well, so when PB said, I want to do Gautier, and I was like, that's a silly little man. And if you're going to pay tribute to silly little man, you need to do what he did. And he got paint on his face, so we got paint on his face too. And there's no way bringing paint to the club without a drop cloth. So, it's just these little things. So I really like working with them. our minds work in the same chaotic way, and like they have like all the ideas, and I'm just there to help like kind of like finesse them and get them ready for like spaces where like you haven't worked in yet.
Yeah, I love that. And we love a responsible performer, you know? All right, so next week, do you have ideas already? I mean, you just heard the idea, but...
Yeah, we have some ideas for iconic album cover performance stuff.
You don't have to give them up right
I'm
now.
not, but we have some ideas. This is fun.
And so, do you have any advice based on tonight's performance for next week?
I'm like really excited to like keep growing PB's stage presence. I think that like they have really strong like acting abilities, and I just want them to like keep like projecting outwards and make the audience fall in love with them. So we're just gonna keep working on that. We're gonna keep working on like like taking what's all in here out there.
I love that. All right, well, thank you so much for sitting down with me. I'm really excited about next week and to see what you bring. So, PB and Abhijit.
We're back. And maybe for the record, PB was robbed, but not anymore.
The wrong was righted, or right?
The wrong was righted.
All right, here I am with Helvetica Black and the icon legend herself, Lucy Stool. Okay, so tonight, first of all, this is my first time being here, even though it's the second round of this, and immediately I was just stunned by your beauty.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So tell me, though, besides that, tell me about your night tonight and how you felt everything went.
I feel wonderful. I feel like, competitions like this where it's crowd reception, but also like half the people can be people that are just friends of your competitors. They always like are a little jarring to me. I am a Crash Landing winner, but even at Crash Landing, like there's the 2-point system. So like you get a vote for a friend and then the active vote for who performs the best. And so I feel good about what I did. I was true to who I am. I was beautiful and stupid, and that's like the essence of my drag. And so I feel good, and I knew all my words, so I didn't think anybody was going to send me home tonight if I wasn't the bottom.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, I think it was very clear.
Yeah, a lot of drag queens are performers, and not a lot are lip syncers. You'd be shocked.
Yeah, I have noticed that myself before, yes.
Wow.
Okay, so Lucy, after week 1, 2 weeks ago, what advice did you have for Helvetica going into this round?
I think some of my biggest advice kind of ongoing, and especially after that round, was just kind of relating to how Helvetica can continue to be Helvetica, be herself, present the idea that she wants to bring, but also make it marketable to other audiences. As a drag performer period, I think one thing we all have to know is our room. We have to know how to work a room. We have to know who we're performing for and how to cater to that audience to make it go over as best as possible. So that's always been one of my biggest things, because I think that's just a very great tip to take you through your entire drag career. So I've been pushing that one a lot.
Absolutely. Okay, next week's theme, your favorite album, recreating the album cover. God, I want to do that so bad myself. But you don't have to tell me your ideas if you don't want to give anything away. But do you have an idea immediately, or are you?
When we got the prompt for it, I had a couple ideas. My like number 1 and 2 in my life are Beyonce and Donna Summer. And so they instantly were what I thought of. I think also album covers are interesting because usually they're from like the shoulder up if there's a person in them. So it is like a challenging prompt. I'm excited though. I have some ideas already shifting around. Nothing solid yet. But I think that coming with ideas has been honestly quite easy. I'm a quick thinker, and I think that I have a lot to learn, but I do know my brand and who I want Helvetica to be, and like what my perspective is in drag. I think it's strong and clear, and Lucy has made it clear to me that like there is, and I think that this is what is good about. I think this is what makes a mentor good, and because she's so successfully branded already, it makes her even particularly honestly, she's the most stacked mentor. Like everyone is saying it to me when I'm not in this room. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, you got Lucy Stool," And I'm like, I know, I've been to her house. It's crazy. But Lucy has essentially, in every way, told me, it's just not verbatim, that like there's nothing that she wants to change about me. She just wants me to know how to package it all together.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so
that's what makes a great mentor.
Yeah,
right?
and that's what makes a good. Yeah, I think that honestly, every week, like even when I don't do, I'm not told that I'm doing as well as I thought I did or whatever. Like, I always feel like my ideas are so respected and they're uplifted and I'm trusted, and it has made this process very easy. Feeling that way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited. I love this duo personally, and
It's kind of iconic.
It is. It is.
and I know because I'm like obsessed with Lucy still myself. So so I get it. But Lucy, any last words for advice for next week? I know obviously you're saying it's just be yourself and etc. But anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, just ongoing the advice that I had before. Like, Helvetica really hit the nail on the head. Like, I am so happy to be working with her because I trust her so much and her ideas, and she has so many fantastic ideas. If anything, like I would say again, is that reminder to try and figure out this crowd that we're working for and how to like give them exactly what they're looking for while still maintaining who Helvetica is. Like that is my ongoing support for it. And also, let's pick an album cover that everybody in the room knows.
Yes. Nothing too obscure.
Yeah, I'm like, everybody in the room needs to instantly know what that is. So, and that's advice for everybody.
Yeah, period. All right. Well, thank you both so much for sitting down with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been a blast, and I cannot wait to see what you bring next week.
Oh, can I say one last thing?
Of course.
The first time that I met Lucy in Chicago was at a Saturday night gig, and she was hosting, and I introduced myself out of drag. But you told me that the city of Chicago will give you anything you want if you ask hard enough.
Yeah.
And so, like,
That's true.
I'm asking for a win, Chicago.
Close mouth, don't I know that's right.
Oh, that is the perfect ending. Thank you both so much, Helvetica Black and Lucy
Thank
Sewell.
you.
Okay, so we know our winner and who went home tonight. Tell me what you thought of the show. Let's start with you, Toto.
Okay, our winners of the week, the top two were Vanity and Sativa, which I thought was amazing. They always bring it every time. But I was surprised to not see Neutral up there, to be honest.
Yeah.
But then also Sativa only won by 1 vote, so it's a very close. Like what happens is like there's the tops, there's for right now, the tops, the middles, and then the bottoms. So it's it's
Gina Ritz, everyone.
we were just saying about how I wasn't surprised about who the tops were, and then the bottoms were Helvetica and Lavander, and Lavander ended up going home. What do you think?
I agree with you. I think that you see everybody putting their best foot forward, but it was pretty obvious, and that just plays more to what drag is. Like, come ready to be prepared, because, honey, the tricks, the gimmicks, we've seen them all. So this is 2022. We want to see the new shit. And that lip sync was. I mean, it was obvious who won, but honestly, at the end of the day, I'm proud of everybody who's here. So,
me too. Okay, but
I'm partially drunk from too much tequila, but that's okay. That's why I love BFF.
Bye. I love you.
Bye.
But yeah, like I said, there are 41 applicants. You can only pick 8, and making it here in itself is really cool. So then, if you go home, there's only like 1 winner. So, like everybody has to go home at some point except 1.
True. Okay, so next week, tell us about the...
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. So next week's theme, the runway look, the press look is you have to recreate an album cover of your favorite. And then the challenge is you have to perform a song from that album. So I'm super excited. I was like very inspired by like Britney, the Britney album where she's like on the mattress and she's like sitting there. So I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to bring a bunch of mattresses on the runway, but I really want to create that. But no, I'm really excited to see like... kind of, because I feel like for me, the album that speaks to me, just in general for drag, is always Blackout. So I kind of want to see
It's the best Britney album,
period. So I kind of want to see what album represents everybody, because everybody's so different. So I'm really excited to see like what their favorite genre of music is.
Yeah, so I'm excited. All right, well, that just shows you have to come back next week. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the official after party of My New BFF, hosted by Miss Toto and Veronica Pop, every other Wednesday here at Splash Chicago. Thank you for being with us.
Bye.
Are you? Oh, really?
No. Thank you. Everyone thinks that, but I'm like, nah. I'm just little. It's a little boy from a small town. Small town girl, you know.